Hello friends, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. In today's video blog, we will going through one of the editors, that is Visual Studio Code. If you're a full stack developer, I can understand your pain that we have to use multiple editors to do our regular development. If you're a front-end developer, you mostly prefer Sublime or Visual Studio Code, or if you are a back-end developer, you use Eclipse or IntelliJ, right? But if you're a full stack developer, you have to switch between multiple editors. So what I've found, right, with the Studio Code bridging is bridging that gap, right? Using this editor, we can do the full stack development. We can use for TypeScripting, we can use for the Java development. Okay, with this, let's quickly jump into screen share where I can show you how we can use Visual Studio Code for full stack development. In today's session, right, we will use Visual Studio Code for Java development. Visual Studio Code by default gives all the other extensions for the Angular development or TypeScript development or JavaScript development. But in this session, we will talk about Java development using Visual Studio Code. Also in this session, we will create one Spring Boot application and we will test through one of the client within this Visual Studio Code for the REST service testing. Okay, with this, let's get started. Now guys, you can see my screen. I've opened Visual Studio Code. In this Visual Studio Code, if you see, there is nothing, no file is open yet. So what we will do, we will install a couple of extension packs, right, for Java development and for the Spring development. If you see, if you go to extension, if you click on here, you will find lots of extension which are already installed within the Visual Studio Code. Since I have installed most of the extension pack, but I'll guide you what are the extension pack you need. First, you need a extension pack, a Java extension. Okay, you type Java here, right? It will give you extension pack for Java. What you have to do, you have to click install. On my machine, it is already installed. That is why you see option disable and uninstall. But for on a fresh Visual Studio Code, you will not see this. You will have the option to install. Click on the install. It will take a couple of seconds. Even a minute based on your internet speed. Once it is installed, right, you can search for another extension pack, that is Spring Boot Spring Boot extension pack. If you click on this, you will see it will install a couple of extensions within this. If you scroll down, right, yeah, if you click on this, right, it will install a couple of extensions within it. It contains other packs also. So install this. Once it's installed, right, what we have to do, you have to install REST client. Can you see the REST client? Install this REST client, which is implemented by Hao Mao, right? It has got 5-star rating. It is very simple to use. And for the Java and other extension pack, right, it was developed by Microsoft, right? To use that version. If you see, it is developed by Microsoft, and for the Spring Boot also, it is developed by Microsoft. Yeah, it is, sorry, it is developed by Pivotal. Okay, once you installed it, right, what you have to do, you have to restart your Visual Studio Code. Once it is done, right, let's say all the packs are installed, come to this option extension, click on this, see all those options installed or not. If it is installed, you will see an option like a check mark. Can you see here? These are the check marks you will see. So with this, let's quickly create a new project. Let's say I want to create a new Spring Boot project, okay, right, or any other Java project. What you have to do, Control Shift P. If you see, it already gives the command Control Shift P on a welcome page, and you click Control Shift P. Okay, it will give you option to what kind of project you want to create. Since we want to create a project using Spring Initializer, we will be asking from where we got the Spring Initializer, right? When we install the extension pack, along with that, Spring Initializer got installed. So we don't have to worry about that. What we have to do now, we have to create a Maven project and select the Spring Boot version. I'm going with one of the stable version, latest one, 263. And what kind of a language I'll be using in? I'll be using Java. Let's give the group ID, hit enter. What is this artifact ID? So let's give it demo. Click enter. What is the packaging type? Whether you want a jar or let's go with a jar. And what is the Java version we'll be using? Let's go with Java 11. Now, with all this option, I reached the stage where I have to provide what this Spring Boot project will contain. If this Spring Boot project will contain a REST service, I will select Spring Web. As soon as click on that, if you see, option got changed, selected one dependency. With this, enter. Now it will ask you where you want to store this project, right? So what I will do, I will generate this into this folder only test. Okay, if you see here, successfully generated, look at this location, source Spring Language Java support. What you want to open it or add to workspace? Let's open it. Click on the open. Now once you click on open, another Visual Studio Code got open, right, with project or folder added to it. What we can do, we can close the previous one, right, and we maximize. Let's maximize this. What we are seeing here is a demo project is created. It contains the source project, main folder, Java folder, but it does not showing the Java packages like we are used to see, right? It is showing com/life4tech/demo project, correct? Because this is the folder view. It is not the Java view. If you see in the bottom, because of the extension pack what we have installed, right, you can see the Spring Boot dashboard or Java project. We are interested in Java project development, so click on the Java project, minimize the previous one. So what is happening here, since this is a new project what we have created using Spring Boot, it is trying to download the dependencies, right? If you see, I clicked on the details, and in the terminal it is showing all the what it is doing correctly. So we are able to, this project is completed now. Close this, let's expand this. Okay, if you see, this is my demo project application, is the Spring Boot application. Since we are on Visual Studio Code, by default is give the option to run /debug. Note that it is just a pointer or a label. It is not part of a source code, right? When you commit this code in uh, on a Git repository, or you go in a folder structure and open this file, you will not find this label run or debug. It is Visual Studio Code representing on a screen. So let's run this project. So if you see in the terminal, it's initializing the project, right? And it's going to start this project. Project is already up. It is running on port 8080. Let's go on a browser. So we got the error page because we have not put any other pages here. So this application is working fine. Now what we can do, let's create a REST service. Okay, what we'll do, create, when you go here, click on the package, new Java class, put the class name employee REST controller, click enter. As soon as a file is created, give the option whether you want to create class or interface or enum. Let's go with the class now. Okay, now I will annotate this. As soon, if you're from the Eclipse background, right, normally whenever we start typing, right, it will give the code assist. So what I did, I put @rest and I put control space. As soon as enter control space, right, it gives you option what do you want to do. So I'm going to create a REST controller, so I can select this option, REST controller. In this REST controller, I can put a method, right? Let's say I want to fetch list of employees, right? So what I'll do, I will put list employee, get employees, You see here, I'm getting a couple of errors. If you see here, right, what is this error? It is not able to resolve what is list. What you can do, we do quick fix. It will give you option for this list belongs to which package. So it is belongs to Java util. I clicked on this. Now it is giving another problem. Employee, it doesn't know what is employees, right? So this is a custom class. What we can do from this option, we can select create employee. Now my employee class is created here, which is my model, right? Here, what I'll do, I'll create two properties, private string name. Then I can create private int age. I can also create the constructor. Right click here. Here, if you find it, if you go to source actions, you will get the getter and setters. Let's generate the constructor first. I selected these two properties, I entered it, done. My constructor is ready. Now I have to create the getter and setters. Source action, generate getter and setters for these two properties, done. If you see here, it's very fast. It's like Eclipse or IntelliJ, right? As soon as I'm typing, I'm getting the code assist. Using those options, I'm able to create these classes very fast. Let me save it. Now I go to the controller. I have done this. My error mark is gone here, but I'm getting this right. Here, the return type is missing. This method must have a return. So what we can do, I can create a list of employee total employee is equal to new array list. Right, I will initialize one model. I'll put my name there. This is my real age. Okay, so what I'll do, total employees dot add emp return total employees. So this service is done. Only have to provide what is the URL map for this method. I will do get mapping. Here I can do packet control space. I'll get the options. What is the path for this, right? What I'll do, path is equal to employees. Save. So my REST service is ready with one method, get total employees. Okay, now again I go back to my application. What I have to do, I have to kill this, I have to restart this. So I'll click on the recycle icon. My application is closed now. Let me restart again. So my application is up and running. I go to the browser, right? I put employees. If you see here, if you see, I got the response, right? So with this editor, what we are able to do, we are able to create a simple Java project. We have created a REST controller, right? Using the Visual Studio Code. Now let's do one thing. Let's create another program, right? Let's not terminate. Well, let's do one thing. Let's test this using a REST client. Okay. What I will do, I will create a new file. I go to demo project. I will create on plus this test.http. When I did this, what is happening? Remember in the beginning of the session, we have installed a REST client pack. Using that pack, that plugin, we are going to test a REST service without using any other software like Postman. Using this pack, we can test the REST service. So what we have to do, you have to create a file, test.http. You can keep any name, put HTTP file name. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to provide get HTTP local post employee. If I type retries, what happened? As soon as I type get, this plugin or this pack is giving me option what you want to do with this URL. What I want to send a request, and as soon as I hit the request, I get the response on the right hand side. If you see, so without using any Postman client, I'm able to use test the service. Okay, now with this, what we have done, we have created a REST client, we have created one REST service, we have tested using a REST client. Now what we will do, we will create one Java class with the main method. Let's see how we can do debugging using Visual Studio Code. Okay, so what I'll do, I will terminate this process. Okay, within the same project, okay, I'll go here. Within the same project, I will create a new Java class. Hello world debug me class. Okay, this is my class. Let me close other windows and save it. Okay, what we can do here, I have to create a main method. What you have to do, type man. As soon as I type, it will give me option. What do you want to do? I will want to create a new method, main method, right? Click enter. My main method is created. Now what I will do, I will create a variable string name equal to Ravi. Okay, and what I'll do, name dot if I click dot, right, it will give me option what are the methods are available to this string class. Okay, so let's say I do character array, correct? I got the character array. I will put in one variable. Save it. This is my variable. Let's see what is on in here. Yeah, what is this option? This variable is not used so far. Fine, we will use that. I will create a for loop, right? I will get the option. You see, let me, what I've done, I'll show you, right? Let me remove this for. As soon as I type for, I get the option what kind of a for loop you want to do. By default, which for loop, right? For each, which will iterate over an array, or for I. Let's go with for I. As soon as I enter this, it has created the loop, and I type, let's print all those characters. I put syso. As soon as I type syso, it give me option sysout. Okay, click on this sysout, and let's print this character. Print I. Okay, so tell me what is going to do. What is going to do is, right, it will care of, right, saved it, right? Let's run this program. It has compiled it. Is going to put the output here, RAVI. Okay, if you want to debug this program, how we can do this? What you have to do, you have to put a pointer here. See here, I put one breakpoint. Okay, or you can put another breakpoint here. Now instead of running it, I want to debug it. When I click on the debug, what has happened? It has started this program in a debug mode. Let's see this. In the left hand side, I'm seeing a window where I'm seeing my variable name Ravi. It has a hash code and all, and my program, it's stuck at this place, at this breakpoint. If I have to move forward, I see a couple of options: continue, step over, step into, right? Let's go with the step over. As soon as I click, I go to the next line. I get the values in this character array. These are my array. I got these values, and if I go the step over, right, it start printing. You see here in the bottom. So this way I can debug my program here. It's like Eclipse only. I didn't find any much difference between Visual Studio Code and Eclipse. I've been from the Eclipse background, so I'm able to relate with Eclipse. If you're from the IntelliJ background, right, things will be the same, not much difference. What I'm trying to say is I'm finding it's lightweight, faster as compared to Eclipse. Only thing I have to test, I have tested this Visual Studio Code with couple of lines, couple of thousands lines of a code, right? I have to test if my project has millions of line of a code, let's say zero point 0.1 million or 0.3 millions, right? If the size of project is that much, how this Visual Studio Code performs. What I request guys, if you can have that input, you can provide in the comment section below. And in this session, this is all about Visual Studio Code for a full stack developer. I would say it is a savior. If it is that stable, so far I found is very useful. So try your hand on Visual Studio Code for Java development. You must have used for the Angular development, but it's time for Java development. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.